Hello and welcome back for more Temur cube. I've been really enjoying this cube so far. I've mostly been drafting lands decks and combo decks, mostly Storm combo, Underworld Breach and High Tide. Now I'm in the market for something different. I just don't know what yet. In this pack we have Blightsteel Colossus as a sort of payoff. I can go with Koth or Mono Red. Not really in the mood for that. Lotus Cobra for land, but also for ramp. I've been trying to make a Temur Cascade deck work, but I've not really had the success that I was hoping for. I take Steam Vents as just a decent fixer. Eternal Witness, but I only want to do that if I have like a Time Walk. Maybe I just take the Cobra. I still want to try and make the Cascade deck work, and Cobra is a good ramp spell, so I'll take the Cobra. Now what? There is Preordain, which can set up your Cascades, and otherwise is just a decent spell. There's Roalesk, which proliferates. I haven't seen too much that works with that. Maybe Verger's Gearhulk, but it doesn't seem like a really supported theme. I could take V-Click, but that's a different deck than Cobra. And there's the Taxi Probe. I think I'm just going to take the Preordain. That's just a decent card in general. I'll almost always play it in most of my decks. Maybe a little bit underwhelming if you have a big Cascade and you hit a Preordain. But it's free value, so I'll take Preordain. Now what? Ancient Tomb, which is ramp on a land. That's not a bad one. Otherwise, there's Mulldrifter. Not sure if Mulldrifter is what I want to be doing. I mean, it's a fine card, but Ancient Tomb is quite a bit more powerful, probably. I do love me a Mulldrifter. I'll take the Mulldrifter. Ooh, Grim Monolith or Nissa. Nissa is also not bad, but Grim Monolith is some true ramp. That's for sure. It's between the Nissa and the Monolith for me. And I think I'm just going to take the Monolith. Yeah. Ooh, Dryad. I mean, Dryad is kind of nice with Nissa, but we just passed that, so we're not getting that. Then Thran Dynamo. Maybe I can just move into big artifact mana. Escape to the Wilds. Nykthos. Another card I would love to make work, but probably not a Nykthos deck right now. I'll take the Thran Dynamo. And then Time Warp. Ooh. And Emery. I also like Emery. I already have Grim Monolith and Thran Dynamo, but Time Warp is also very, very powerful. I think I'm going to take the Time Warp. Yeah, Emery is sometimes just a little bit fragile. Splinter Twin. That's still here. What else? Genesis Hydra. It's not a bad one if I still want to try and ramp. This does only hit permanents, right? Yeah. Fire Ice. It's not a bad one either. I think I'm going to take the Hydra. I'm not sure I'm just going to be mono blue or whatever, but no, let's just take Fire Ice. That's just such a flexible card. I'm always happy to play that. Now what? Spark Double or just Volcanic Island? Let's just take the Volk. I mean, Spark Double is nice, but Volk is always going to be good. Now what? Ooh, Eternal Witness. We do have the Time Warp, so we can maybe set up Eternal Witness Time Warp. Yeah, I'm down for that. Then Intuition. Intuition can get me the Time Warp. It can get me Eternal Witness, and I just need like a regrowth to always get whatever card I need. I mean, it's a slow way to do it, but it's an interesting card, so I'll take Intuition. Ooh, now what? Tidesprout Tyrant. I mean, if we can get that down, that is a beating. I'll take the Tidesprout Tyrant, or wait, untap another target artifact. That is probably just going to be better. Yeah, no, let's take the key. And then Rawl can copy Time Warp also. Alright, let's just try and go deep on this Time Warp plan then. Nykthos or Tooth and Nail? I'll take Nykthos. Might be a little bit dreamy to try and get that to work, but maybe. Lodestone Golem or Beast Whisperer? No, Beast Whisperer is more likely to be good. And Academy Runes. Alright, I mean, we have some stuff. I'm a little bit sad that I didn't just take the Tyrants, and then I could have Tooth and Nailed it in maybe. We'll see what we get. Ooh, Sneak Attack. I do like Sneak Attack, but I'm not really into the Sneak deck. Crop Rotation for Nykthos. I don't yet have a Nykthos deck. I think I'm just going to take Misty, fix my mana. Misty is going to fetch green and red and blue. So, oh, what? We're getting past Mana Crypt? Wow, that card is just almost the very best thing you can be doing. I mean, I don't know what you would take over Mana Crypt, but we are definitely taking it here. I don't even need to look at the other cards, and then I still know that I want Mana Crypt. Now what? Chrome Mox is a way to ramp, and maybe that's just what we want to do. It is a card disadvantage, and Library is also a very powerful one, but I think I'll play out my hand fast enough that Library might not be good. I'm not sure that's actually true. Grand Architect. What can Grand Architect do? Maybe I just not go in on the green cards, but Grand Architect also likely comes back. I think I'm just gonna take the Chrome Mox and see if I can maybe pick up some draw 7s. Now what? Mana Wharf, Evacuation, not much honestly. Field of the Dead is fine too. Royal Scions, not really. Maybe Bloom Tender? Can make a lot of mana too. Do need permanents of all sorts of colors, but it's not unreasonable. And if this taps for 2, I'm probably also already happy. It's already going to tap for 1. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Bloom Tender. Now what? Rexades, Thassa's Oracle, Crucible, Lotus Veil. Not sure. I mean, I don't really have much to make Crucible good yet. And then none of these cards are really all that exciting. Don't have artifact creatures to return. Maybe I take a Rexage? Honestly, I have no idea. None of this seems all that appealing to me. Maybe I do just take the Crucible. Yeah, I really don't know. Titania, Kiora, Brainstorm. I think it... Ooh, Titania I do like, but I think it's gotta be Kiora with Grim Monolith and Thran Dynamo. Can make a lot of mana that way. Yeah, I'll take Kiora. Now what? Life from the Loam. Ooh, Mystic Sanctuary. I think I take Mystic Sanctuary and try to set up Time Warp with it. We have the Misty to fetch it, and then Crucible to replay it. Need some way to bounce it or do something else. Karuga is also somewhat interesting, but I think Mystic Sanctuary could be good. Yeah, let's try that. Mind's Desire, Aminatu's Augury, and Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty. I've played this, but it hasn't really worked out for me. I think I'm going to take Aminatu's Augury. This can set up a lot. We have the mana production to get there. Not sure about this Beast Whisperer, probably not. Wilderness Rack, Crop Rotation, Palladium Mirror. Rather, I probably don't want to play. Crop Rotation is a way to get Mystic Sanctuary, Nykthos. Don't really think this is a Nykthos deck though. Yavimaya Dryad could also ramp me. Wilderness Reclamation. No, that's land-based. I think I take the Crop Rotation. Probably wrong, but I really don't know. Frantic Search or Thirst. I do have the Crucible to make both of those a little bit better. And then I guess I take Frantic Search. It's not card disadvantage, it's just selection. Maybe this is more of a Thirst deck. Yeah, probably is. Oh, the Grand Architect still here? I'll take that over not much else. Blast Zone is nice, but kind of clunky. Candelabra or Field. Doesn't look like a field deck, but maybe the Candelabra gets in. Whirler Rogue, Scarecrow, or Batterskull. The Whirler Rogue is something with Devotion, so let's take that. It also makes a bunch of artifacts, maybe relevant. Take this guy, not play it, and Loam. Maybe I play Loam actually. If I get a Ghost Squatter, maybe I can set up some Mystic Sanctuary loops, or I don't know. This seems like a pile, and we just need to figure out what we want to do in the last pack. Nexus. Ooh, kind of wishing that I took the enchantment that untaps, but it doesn't untap my artifacts. But Nexus gotta be the pick here. We're trying to take all the turns. Even though I can't recur this, it does fit with the theme of the deck. I think I want some more Planeswalkers, maybe some more early ramp. We'll see. This Beast Whisperer really needs to get out of there. But I'll take a Nexus. And then Tinker, Gaia's Cradle, Underworld Breach. Sad to not be breaching, but don't think that's what we want to do. I could take Tinker. I already have Chrome Mox Mana Crypt, but I don't have anything to tinker at. Other option is just taking Mox Diamond and ramping my mana. I do have Life from the Loam. I have Crucible. I have some ways to make that good. Tinker is very speculative. If I get a good artifact to tinker out, then maybe this Candelabra I'm not playing. Yeah, maybe I just don't have enough artifacts to make that good anyway, and Mox Diamond I think will be great. Some people will definitely disagree with this, but I'm taking the Mox Diamond. Now what? Show and Tell, another fetch, which I do want, or Tameo, or Song of the Dryad, Ramanap Excavator. I think I want Tameo in this deck, honestly. It's a way to get back Time Warp. It's a way to keep milling and keep looking for Nexus, maybe. Yeah, that seems good. It's also a card that could wheel. Wooded is a fetch, which is nice. Goblin Welder is another busted artifact, but I don't really have much to get back. So I'm going to take Tameo. Might be wrong, but we'll see. Now what? Steam Vents doesn't really help me much. I mean, my mana's fine as is. Jace can flash back a Time Warp. That's not terrible. Cheap play also. Kind of works with Loam. I think I'm going to take the Jace here. Yeah. Emrakul, Uro, Mox Opal. Huh. That's a tough one. Mox Opal kind of looks good in this deck. Uro is usually fine in any deck. I think I'd take the Mox Opal still, just have 3 Moxen. Yeah, I think so. Let's take the Opal. Now what? Lightning Greaves, Wood Elves, or Spire Bluff. I mean, Spire Bluff is a way to fix my red mana, but I only have Raw. I could see not playing that. Maybe I'd take Wood Elves. It does only get me a forest right now. Or I can take Keranos. Maybe I take Keranos. Keranos is pretty good with extra turns, and I can use a little bit more top end. I have a bunch of ramp, but not that many big plays. Sulphur Falls, Mishra's Workshop, Talrand. Talrand is nice. Plow Under is also somewhat interesting. I have enough playables. This Candelabra is not getting in. Neither is Academy Runes. Nykthos probably also not. Talrand with Time Warps and stuff like that is decent, but I also have a bunch of permanents. Now I'll take the Sulphur Falls and just make... Wow! Maelstrom Wanderer. How's that still in the pack? That card is just insane. I'm taking that here. I mean, I also have some duds, but Maelstrom Wanderer seems kind of great. The Ethereum Horn Sorcerer. I know a lot of people love this card, but I'm taking Big Daddy Wanderer over it. Pyroblast, Cloudstone Curio. Can I do anything with that? I mean, I can get back my Witness, and doesn't work with Artifact. No, doesn't look great. Birthing Pod. I can turn my 2s into 3s. Also not great. Not sure if I'm playing Grand Architect, and then I don't have great 4s, just 1. Let's just take Pyroblast then. Tinker's also still here. I'm really not surprised. I was almost about to say maybe Tinker Wheels, because there might also just be other people that don't have great targets for it. We know we're not picking up anything, so I'm also going to be passing on Tinker again. I can Tinker one of my artifacts for a bigger mana production artifact, but that doesn't seem great. I'll take this Thrashing Brontodon. Goblin Welder is also still here. I really want to have a good Welder deck someday, but I'll take the Ramanap. And then Emrakul, Walking Ballista. What do I take here? Walking Ballista is a pretty bad cascade. Nature's Lore, can't really fix my mana. I'll take Emrakul. And then this is a removal spell, the Magus, and a Workshop. Not exactly how I imagined this deck to end up. We got there a little bit on the time walks, but also not entirely. I guess this is all fine. It's interesting for sure. We've got some stuff going on. Let's see how good this is. Alright, Crop Rotation gets me Mystic Sanctuary, but not much else. I don't think that's good enough. Then this key can untap the Thran Dynamo and the Grim Monolith, so that might just be good. And I guess the Mox, or I guess the Mana Crypt. Bloom Tender seems fine. Most of this stuff seems fine. The Thrashing Brontodon I don't think I want. Whirler Rogue probably also not. Fire Ice is more of a 2-drop. The rest seems okay, but I still need more cuts. The Wanderer might actually be a little bit awkward, but that card's still so good. Cannot see cutting it. How are we gonna win the game though? I guess with this Aminatu's Augury, Emrakul, and yeah, that's kind of it. I really wish I had some way to kill my own land or bounce my Witness or anything like that. Grand Architect, don't need that. Then I could keep looping these Time Warps, but I really didn't pick that up. That's a shame. If I had Wasteland, I could Wasteland my own Mystic Sanctuary and play it or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what, but it feels like there might have been something. Do I want this Loam? It's not a terrible card, especially with some of the discard that we have going on. And we do want some land drops, so I think I'm fine with Loam. It can also help me to set up my deck so I only have Nexus in there. Maybe Ramanap Excavator can come out. I have Crucible already. I have Life from the Loam, so they really need more ways to play lands from the graveyard. I don't think so. I think Emrakul is pretty good. I can definitely cast that early. Intuition with only Eternal Witness, maybe a little bit awkward. What would I be intuitioning for? I guess I also have Tameo to get it that way and have Mystic Sanctuary, so maybe that's good enough. Let's just add some lands. Maybe I just cut the Bloom Tender. It does make a ton of mana, but it's a little bit awkward just being an early green card. I don't need 2 mountains, that's too many. And then I have Chrome Mox, Mana Crypt, Mox Diamond, Mox Opal. That's a lot of Moxen. Maybe I actually just don't play a mountain at all. Play 15 lands. I mean, I have Loam to keep getting lands back, and I have all of these Moxen and Mana Crypts to make mana. Manifold Key is mostly good with Grim Monolith and Thran Dynamo. Pretty lackluster on its own. Maybe I just take that out. Kiora seems better, although there's really not that many 4-power creatures, but this can... Yeah, this can also just easily untap a creature, give vigilance, maybe draw some cards. I don't know, this one is tough. Manifold Key is also an artifact to turn on Mox Opal, so maybe I should cut Kiora. They kind of do the same thing. Kiora can be killed. The key is cheaper. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 artifacts. Is that enough for Mox Opal? Maybe I just don't play the Mox Opal and play the Kiora instead. I mean, Mox Opal is very good, but there is a chance that it's just going to be dead some games. And you can always discard it to Thirst and stuff like that, but that's not really a reason to play a card. And it's unlikely to be very good early because I don't have all that many early artifacts. I think something like this could work. I'm a little low on lands and that makes Mox Diamond a little bit more awkward, but ultimately I think this is maybe the deck. Could also see cutting the Lotus Cobra just because I only have the fetch to really go nuts with it. And it is an early green card. So I cut the Lotus Cobra and then just add another island and run it like this. I think this might just be it. It's, yeah, Lotus Cobra, Bloom Tender, Mox Opal. Don't think this is a Nykthos deck. Raminap Excavator. Those are the reasonable cards that I'm considering. This, as is, looks quite good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna run it like this and then maybe after the first game I make some changes. This is a hard deck to evaluate. There's lots of stuff going on, but I feel like I missed some key cards to really make this all tick. But I guess we'll find out. It's an interesting one for sure. I really do hope to get Nexus going with Life from the Loam and Tamiyo, for example, but we'll see if that ends up working out. Game 1, let's see how this deck performs. Ooh, we have a Chrome Mox. Don't really want to exile any of these cards, but I guess I'll keep. Get the Preordain, look for some stuff, and decide what we want to do with this Chrome Mox. Let's Preordain first. Mox Diamond. I do think I want that. It's a little bit all in and it's a lot of card disadvantage, but I do get to go pretty fast that way. Don't want to play it just yet. I guess next turn I can play Tamiyo and then start looking for stuff. Bowmat Courier off of an island. That's kind of funny. So this is some sort of aggressive deck. Keranos. Whew. I mean, Keranos is a strong one. Then I guess I play Forest. Yeah. I play Mox Diamond, discarding an island. Then play the Chrome Mox and I exile Rawl probably. Yeah, I think Keranos is going to be better. So I'll exile Rawl and then I'll play Tamiyo and plus, what do I name with the plus? Next turn I can just return a land if I really need to. Oh, they're thinking about this. Do they have some sort of force of will? No, not just yet. What do I want to name? Maybe I just name Mana Crypt. I mean, that is something that lets me play Keranos next turn. So I'm gonna name Mana Crypt and we'll see what we lose. Oh, a bunch of lands and a Crucible. So maybe I just return Crucible next turn and get that going. If I draw a land, then I don't need to make a decision yet. Having Keranos online also seems pretty good. Hopefully nothing bad happens to Tamiyo or any of my Moxen. But it's very tempting to just get back Crucible with Tamiyo and start making land drops that way. Now they play Mountain. So let's see what they have. Shenanigans. Oh, that is kind of brutal actually. Jeez. Yeah. And then they attack Tamiyo. She goes down to 5. So if I return something, yeah, play a land. I think I'm just going to return. Well, if I'm returning the Crucible, then I shouldn't have played my land. I can just plus and look for the Mana Crypt. I think I'm going to do that. I'm not sure if this is all correct, but we'll see. Name Mana Crypt. Then I still get to play Keranos? No, just lose a bunch more cards. I guess now they're going to Shenanigans and kill my Mox Diamond. Yeah, this is not really going all that well for me now. Shenanigans. It does mean that they're just dredging and using all of their mana doing that. So I'm curious if they go for it. They are thinking about it. Yeah, they decide to dredge it. So my Mox Diamond is also going to die. Oh man. Really? I play an artifact deck with a bunch of Moxen and this is the first time that I have to face Shenanigans? Come on. Yeah, probably better to just get back to Crucible and then destroy that. And if I hadn't played my land, then I would have had a land drop and I would have been able to do that. Oh, and they Brazen Borrower Tamiyo. Well, I guess my Mox isn't dying. Draw Muldrifter. Now what? I can just minus Tamiyo. Oh man, this is so rough. Playing Muldrifter also doesn't seem that great. Let's just play the Tamiyo, but really in a squeeze. I thought I was doing alright, but just my opponent also has a bunch of cards under their Bowmat Courier. Yeah, that's not good for me. Let's get back to Crucible. They get the shenanigans my mocks, and I'm still far behind then. Maybe to have a burn spell, finish off Tamiyo. But shenanigans on its own is just so annoying. Can never get any of my big artifacts going this way. Yep, just getting slaughtered again. And they play the Brazen Borrower, so they just want to put some pressure. Yeah, this attacks Tamiyo, sure. Take the damage. This guy is going to get them a bunch of cards. We find Nexus. That's not really what we need. I'm just going to name Mana Crypt again. If I find it, it might still be good. Nope, 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 nope. Just never getting there. Tamiyo is going to go down. Crucible, play my land. I'm just never going to get any traction. And then just pass. And they're going to draw a bunch of cards with this Bowmat Courier at some point. Man, now they destroy the Crucible. I guess I get to play Keranos next turn. That's something. Tamiyo is probably going to die. Yeah. Bowmat Courier is getting huge. Now I do get to play Keranos, and that's something that's hard to deal with. But Terramander is not really that threatening. Intuition. Well, just play the Keranos. The Nyx can also start picking off their creatures if I don't find lands. If they don't shenanigans my mocks, I can play Mulldrifter. We'll see. I'm not out of it, but if my opponent had just blown up my Mox Diamond, I think I would have been out of this game a lot earlier, but they didn't, luckily. Heartfire Immolator. Yep, Brazen Borrower and the Bowmat and the Terramander get in. They have 6 cards under this. That's not bad for a 1-drop. Ooh, we draw an extra card because we revealed Mystic Sanctuary, and that's not even going to come in untapped. Now what? I can play it, and I guess I will, and then I can also play Grim Monolith. I mean, that's going to almost assuredly die. So how about I just play Mulldrifter, just straight up casting it. I also have a counterspell. Don't let this be Mana Drain or something like that. Essence Capture, and they get to grow one of their guys. Okay. That happens. Yep. Play the Mystic Sanctuary. Not going to trigger. Not going to do anything. And then I guess next turn I get to play Nexus. I'm still in it. But if they shenanigans and kill my mocks, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have 6 mana. Grim Monolith is going to be my 7th. But any scary cards that can come out? Chandra. Does that just kill me maybe? It's going to be 2 damage. This is 5, 7, 10, 11. So any other spell and I'm dead. So after next turn, I basically need to start taking all the turns. And I don't think I'm quite ready to do so. Yeah, this game just went poorly for me. Horribly wrong. At least I don't have the burn spell to just kill me right away. Now, if I need to pass the turn to them, I'm going to die anyway. So I might as well just start shooting them. So I play the Grim Monolith, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. If I play Thran Dynamo, I don't get there. So I basically need to draw Nexus of Fate a bunch of times in a row. Probably not going to happen, but we'll see. And that's a land, and it's Fire Ice. So I think that already means that I'm dead. I can draw a card, but yeah, that doesn't get me out of this. I think Pyroblast is something that I want against him. And we saw some blue stuff that I wouldn't mind countering. And then anything else. Anything I want to cut. Maybe Kiora. Maybe I don't want to go in on the Chromok stuff if they have a bunch of shenanigans and artifact destruction spells. I think Mana or Mox Diamond I can sustain a little bit better, but Chromox might just be a little bit too much. Yeah, let's try this then. Game 2, let's see if we can do a little bit better. There's Mox Diamond again. I really hope they don't have shenanigans, but actually I'm not keeping this hand, so that doesn't matter. This is just a little bit too light on action. I don't mind drawing it off the top, but that seems a bit too much. Here, I guess I put back Intuition. Get to play Grim Monolith. Hope they don't destroy it. At some point I might Time Warp, and then if I find a red source, I'm somewhat close to casting Maelstrom Wanderer. I just need 2 more lands. Can also put back Time Warp, keep the Intuition, and Intuition for Loam and a bunch of lands. That actually seems better. And then I'm just all in on this Maelstrom Wanderer, but Time Warp, if you're not already doing anything on the board, not as good. Yeah, I think I'll try the Intuition for Loam plan, see if that's actually any good or not. They are an aggressive deck, so maybe I don't have the time to dirtle around like this, but we'll see. Let's play an Island and then just pass. Island and nothing. Eternal Witness. Well, let's play the Grim Monolith. We'll see if they have the shenanigans. If they do, then this is probably dying, and we'll have a very slow game on our hands from our side. They do have the mountain and Earthshaker Kenra. Okay, so the Grim Monolith is still alive. That is at least something. Get in for 2. Then I'll just play a forest. And then end of their turn, I intuition. Actually, yeah, that's fine. I was thinking maybe I just do it on my own turn, but we'll see. Maybe I just intuition for 2 red lands and a loam. And then I don't think they want to give me loam necessarily. They might just give me the red lands, and then I just get to cast Maelstrom Wanderer if this Grim Monolith is still around. Yeah, we'll see. Could be that they counter this, then I just play Eternal Witness to get it back. Or I just spike a red land off the top, that would be nice. They don't do anything, so they're probably just keeping up some counterspell. Let's see if they want to counter this. Looks like no. Let's get Life from the Loam, and then Volcanic Island and Sulphur Falls. And then we'll see what they give us. Like I expected, they didn't want to give us the loam. They gave us the Sulphur Falls. Do I want to dredge the loam? Don't think I do. I'd rather just draw a card. Tamiyo. Yeah, that's a good one to draw. Anyway, let's cast Maelstrom Wanderer. Oh no, I do not have the mana for Maelstrom Wanderer. I'm 1 off. Then I'm just playing Tamiyo. Good chance this gets countered, but that's okay. Doesn't. What am I naming? What do I want to find? Maybe just name Time Warp? That wouldn't be a bad card to have. Name Time Warp. No, we milled Island, Manifold Key, Crucible, and the Jade. We do have a healthy Tamiyo. Maybe they want to start attacking it. I'm okay with that. As long as nothing happens to Grim Monolith, I think I'm fine. And then we just want to Maelstrom Wanderer into some stuff. And then at some point, I do want to start dredging loam just to make my deck as small as I can. So I only have Nexus of Fate in there. I think that's the game plan. That's the theory, at least. Sprite Dragon. All right. And then this Tamiyo and the dragon as well. No spell to grow it. Nothing. Do I want to loam? Don't think I want that yet. Mox Diamonds. I guess I might as well. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Played Island, and then now we get to play the Wanderer. I mean, they can counter the Wanderer, but hopefully we Cascade into some gas. They're going to counter the Wanderer and grow one of their guys. We do have the Cascade, so usually you just want to wait and see what we Cascade into at least. Maybe they think differently. Would love to hit either Nexus or Time Warp. Yeah, the Essence Capture, so the Maelstrom Wanderer is getting countered. I'm fine with that. Just hope that I have decent cascades. Yes, Nexus of Fate. That's a good one. And then Thirst for Knowledge. I guess that's a reason not to play the Mox Diamond. Yep, I can dredge loam, but that doesn't seem like something I want to do right now. Mana Crypt. Or maybe I do want to dredge loam and just increase my chances of finding Nexus. With this Mana Crypt, I do have the mana to do so. And I have Eternal Witness, the Demonic Tutor for my graveyard. I can discard Mana Crypt, or I can discard any of these. I think I just discard the Mana Crypt. Taking a bunch of turns and having a Mana Crypt is what I chose to discard Mana Crypt, but that didn't happen. I said I wanted to discard an artifact, but then maybe Life from the Loam screwed that up. I'm not sure what happened there. I can use Tamiyo and keep milling. I guess we named Time Warp. That's still one of the better ones we could draw. Didn't find it. Then we untap and get the Pyroblast, their Sprite Dragon. Ooh. Draw Thran Dynamo. If I play this Mana Crypt, do I have a way to get rid of it? Yeah, I guess not. That's the downside to this Mana Crypt. If I play that, I cannot get rid of it. What do I want to do? I think I just want to Tamiyo and name Time Warp again. Try and find that. Still not. Now what? I definitely want to Pyroblast this Sprite Dragon. So let's start there. And then I can loan back some lands. Just the islands and the Mystic Sanctuary. Then play an island. I really don't want to play this Mana Crypt because that's going to be a problem. I can get back the Wanderer and play that at some point. Or I can get back this Manifold Key and make sure that I have enough mana that way. Yeah, let's get back the key. This is an interesting deck. I'm not sure if I'm doing it all correctly, but it is interesting. Get back the Manifold Key and then pass. They only have 4 mana. I can block their Earthshaker to keep my Tamiyo around. At some point, I'm just going to have Nexus. The only question is, do I have a way to win then? I guess at some point, then Tamiyo can just get me back a way to win. Wow, there's some stuff going on here. And Mana Crypt is sort of a liability, actually. Temple of Epiphany. We also still haven't found that Time Warp. Yeah, with Tamiyo in play, I guess there's no real way to not have a win con, because that can always find something. And I keep Time Warping, and then I get it done that way. So now I think I do want to dredge. This is coming at Tamio, so let's just block. That's fine. Then I do want to dredge. And then now I name... Oh, Time Warp is in my graveyard. So I can just use Tamio to get back Time Warp. And I can cast Loam. Wow, this is kind of a headache. Let's get back Time Warp. I can play an island. And then let's see if I can also get down this Thran Dynamo. Looks like I can. Yep, Thran Dynamo. Play the Dynamo and the key. Use the key to untap Dynamo. Probably shouldn't have tapped all my green lands, but still okay. Then Time Warp targeting me. Yeah, this is actually sort of a mistake because now I can't dredge my Loam. Yeah, take an extra turn. There's Nexus. Okay, that bails me out a little bit. I play Loam to get back some lands and get Loam in my graveyard. Doesn't really matter, honestly. And then cast Nexus. So I take an extra turn. And then I can just, I can play Mystic Sanctuary, get back Time Warp. Oh man, this deck. Yep. And then plus name Time Warp. And then I think I kind of got it. I need to loop a bunch of times, but that's okay. Then untap this Grim Monolith just because I can. And we're taking an extra turn. And then we're taking all the turns. Because now I just dredge Loam. And the last two cards, one of them is Nexus. So Tamio also just gets me there. And just name Nexus. Nexus of Fate. Yep. Play a land. Man, this deck's wild. Play Nexus of Fate. And then I will also just play Time Warp. So now I have 2 turns coming. And I untap, so this is turn 1. I only have Nexus still in my deck. I can Loam as well. Yeah, I can Loam back more lands. And now I can use Tamio to put back... No, I need to cast the Nexus actually. So that is always something I need to do. Otherwise I have no cards in deck and then I lose. I can't win with Keranos because Keranos also means that I need more than 1 card in my deck. So now what? I still have an extra turn coming. I can find some sort of way to win, which would be, I guess, Raw is a way to win. Yeah, let's get back Raw. That should do it. There are some anti-synergies in this deck that I'm kind of now realizing. Scry, I guess this doesn't actually matter. And then this just does it. It's a very slow way to win, that's for sure. Nexus, deal them 1. Oh man, and I only have 9 minutes on the clock, so they're just gonna time me out this way. Now, if I name Nexus, then I get it, or I just name something else. I just name Abatur Ghoul. That's fine. So Nexus stays in my deck. I can play Life from the Loam, getting back some more lands. This is going to trigger Raw also. Can I just save this somehow? Save targets, always yield. Yep, no more land drops, nothing to do. Let's just pass to myself, then play a land, and just play Nexus again. At some point, I'll have the mana to also fit in Maelstrom Wanderer. Yep, Raw deals them damage. This is gonna be painful. I'll probably loop through this and let you know when we do finish. I guess I don't actually need Tamio anymore. So what if I minus Tamio, get back Maelstrom Wanderer, and then I have enough mana to cast that too? Let's just keep the Tamio around for in case I messed up and I actually do need it. But then I return the Wanderer and that's gonna kill them. Can also return to Jace. No, then I need to draw a card and that's not good. So now just cast the Wanderer and this should kill them at some point. Our opponent is saying interesting deck. Yeah, I agree. Now the Nexus shuffles back in and oh, they scoop. Yeah, they were saying interesting deck. I'm saying thanks and thanks for not making me play it out because this would have been painful, but it did get me there. So wow, that's certainly a way to win. So let's see if we can do it in 7 minutes. Anything I want to change? Don't really think so. I guess Ramanap is kind of good, but I don't know if I want to double up on all of the ways to play extra lands or play lands from my graveyard. Yeah, I'll just submit. This one has an 8 mana card, a 13 mana card, and some 5 drops and a 4 drop. So that's mulligan. I do need to play a little bit quickly, so I might keep the narration down to a minimum. Put away the Emrakul, and I will keep this. We have Fire Ice to maybe kill something. Tamio, and we have Intuition for Loam again. That was actually, oh, well, talking about something. There's Loam. They have a mountain, nothing else. Play Volk, another mountain. Eidolon. Well, I'm glad we have the fire for this. And I'm not going to wait around. I'm just going to do it right now. I don't want them to untap, have blue mana, counter this, and then I'm kind of in trouble. So that's dead. Next turn, I get to play Muldrifter. Or I can just intuition for a bunch of lands and try and play Muldrifter straight up. I did have an island, but nothing else now. Mystic Sanctuary. I think I'm just going to play the intuition and maybe not just get lands. We'll see. Although making my land drops is just quite nice. And I have the Loam already. Earthshaker Kenra. Yep, that's fine. So I have some beatdowns. That's all fine. No more creatures. So let's intuition. I think I'm just going to get the lands. I need lands to play my spells and I have the Loam going. So that's something. They're thinking about countering this. I hope they don't, but if they do, then I just evoke the Muldrifter, I think. Unless I draw a land, then I just play Tamiyo. No, they let it through, so I'll take Sulphur Falls, I'll take an island, and I guess forest. Done. We draw Thirst for Knowledge. So I can just play Tamiyo, and yeah, let's just play Tamiyo. Get that going. Where do I counter this? Hopefully not, but looks like it. Insubstantiate, so it goes back to my hand. It's not gone forever. I guess I can play Mystic Sanctuary next turn. If I don't draw another land, play Muldrifter, put Fire Ice on top, and then do that. I still have 6 minutes, so I have some time, but not infinite. We are at a healthy life total. I'd hate for this Muldrifter to get countered. Grim Monolith, what does that do? Play Mystic Sanctuary. I'm just going to put Fire Ice on top. I'm worried they might have the counter spell that adapts their creature. Makes that bigger. I guess I still want to just play Muldrifter. No, that resolves. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, Time Warp and the Fire Ice that we knew about. So Muldrifter can trade with their guy. That does mean that they can maybe get it back. That's going to eat their turn. We'll see. We'll see. Next turn I also kind of want to Loam to just make my land drops. They also only have 3 more cards. They topped with their Scry last turn. So I imagine they have some sort of business spell. Hopefully he's not like a huge creature. Deck's not really equipped to deal with that. Bonfire of the Damned. Sure, Muldrifter down. We take 2. They get in for another 2. We found our land. So I can play Grim Monolith, play Tamiyo. And what do I want to find with Tamiyo? Maybe I just want to name Maelstrom Wanderer. Seems like a decent one to name. No, we didn't find that, so unfortunate, but I guess the chances of finding something with Tamiyo aren't that great. Hopefully they go after my Tamiyo a bunch and that keeps them busy. Ooh, Ancient Grudge, the Monolith. So they have Shenanigans and Ancient Grudge. Losing the Monolith without using the mana is a little bit unfortunate. I had bigger plans for this, but I'll take it. I do get the Time Warp next turn, then use Tamiyo to buy back the Time Warp maybe. It does mean that she's vulnerable to a burn spell. Ooh, they're attacking me. So I really just want to try and get this game over with. Understandable. Let's Time Warp. And then I guess I just name Nexus or just Maelstrom Wanderer still. No, Maelstrom Wanderer seems fine too. Ooh, we actually found it. Nice. And then get back some lands. Okay. Now I do want to dredge, just thin my deck and play Sulphur Falls. And then I can buy back the Time Warp. I think that's probably better than just playing the Wanderer. Target myself. Oh, I played the wrong land. I guess it doesn't matter. I can play Thirst for Knowledge also. And then I can just discard the Loam. Ooh, I don't want Aminatus. Does that do it? Probably, I don't know. I'll discard the Loam and then untap. We do have that extra turn still. Dredge the Loam. Pretty close to just being deck out. If I play Aminatus, I'm exiling all of the cards from my library, but I do get to cast stuff out of it, and the Nexus will be one of them, so I think that also does it. You just need to be careful not to play any card draw spells. Play the Forest, play the Crucible, cast the Nexus. Wait, why can I not play Nexus? Play a land. Why can I not play Nexus? What? Why is it not letting me play Nexus? Why am I not able to cast the Nexus? Cast the Maelstrom Wanderer? Nexus is in exile, and oh, it's a different one? What? Let's just name Nexus with this then? It's not in my deck, right? No, I cannot get it. What's going on? This Aminatou should let me cast the Nexus, but it doesn't. It doesn't let me cast anything, not even a Preordain or anything. I'm not sure what's going on right now, but now I'm just going to deck out. What is this? If I knew that this was going to happen, I wouldn't have cast the Aminatus. I really don't understand. It did let me cast the Crucible. Yeah, Crucible gets blown up, but I'm going to deck out. Wow, I don't think that's right. I think Nexus might be bugged. I guess I get to file for compensation. Yeah, I lose because I have no cards in my library, but that's not what should have happened. I should have been able to cast the Nexus. Yeah, not sure why, but I guess this happened. I'll file for compensation and I'll try again in the next round. So I was talking to some people and I kind of figured out now what happened. So you have the revealed card zone, which is all of these cards, and why there's double copies of Nexus in there. And you have the exiled card zone, which is the one that you can cast with the Aminatus. At first it shows you the exile zone. From that I clicked the Crucible to be able to cast it. And then it closed the exile zone again, only showing me the revealed card zone. So I was vigorously clicking the Nexus in the revealed card zone, only to not realize that this is not actually a castable card. This is just something that is shown to you. So I should have popped open the exile zone and then I could have cast this. So that's some quality programming for you right there. I guess I'm not filing for compensation then, but that is not great. Still, we saw that the deck worked. We would have won this match if we had not done that. If we had enough time, we could have just demonstrated the loop again to our opponent. Maybe they would have scooped, maybe they wouldn't have. I think we would have been able to kill them probably with the Maelstrom Wanderer. We would have had Crucible, play all the lands, play all the mana. Tamiyo can just get back whatever we need, and we could keep looping Nexus. So I'm gonna put this in the win column, even though I'm not getting the rewards for it, but it did work, the deck did work, and I'll remember how this this Aminatus card actually works. But unfortunate, very unfortunate. Round 2, let's see if we can win this one despite the MTGO client kind of trying to screw us over there. I'm gonna chalk it up into the win column, like I said. This hand seems fine. We have a Preordain to set up, we have Thirst, we have Raw, Thran Dynamo, and a bunch of lands. So this is a totally fine keep. I'm just happy still that the concept of the deck ended up working. Still something that could be refined, but Nexus is just a messed up card, and we were doing similar things to the standard deck of old. Go Preordain, see Intuition and more lands. I think I want all of these. So put this on top, put this on top. Draw the Intuition. Intuition can Intuition for Loam at some point, and I think I like that engine. And I also just want to draw the land, so if I don't end up loaming, then I can still play my 4-drop on curve. Our opponent has played an island and another one now and hasn't done anything. So, that other land is a little bit too much. Pass, and then at the end of their turn, I'm just going to play Thirst. I think that's probably better than doing anything else. See if they want to counter. Another mountain, so another blue-red deck. Let's Thirst for Knowledge. This instantly resolves. I think I want to discard 2 cards, and I'm going to discard this Forest, and what else? Discard Raw. I could discard another land. I kind of want to keep the Misty. I think I'm going to discard the Raw, actually. I don't really need that all that much right now. And keep the Misty, because that can always fetch for... Yeah, the Misty can always fetch my Mystic Sanctuary. That was a reason to maybe discard this. But if this Thran Dynamo resolves and lives, then I guess I can play Aminatus next turn. So I'm just going to run it out there. Good chance that this gets countered, blown up, or destroyed. Or, ooh, they Thirst for Knowledge also. So maybe it is resolving. Maybe they have some sort of force. But if I get to resolve this next turn, that's going to be awesome. And they discarded Crow Mox. Mox Diamond. And then what? Discarding a mountain. What is this? Time Warp. Okay. They're also on the extra turns plan. More lands, and now what? They're ready. I see. I still have mana up, but they didn't do anything. Fraction Revoker, naming my Thran Dynamo. They didn't discard any of the cards they had. This is annoying. Now what? So Aminatus is not good. Kiora is also not all that appealing. Let's just play Tamiyo. I guess I named Fire Ice, trying to kill this maybe? Well, they're thinking. Do I have some sort of Force of Will? No. What do I want to name? I guess I do name Fire Ice. Oh, that's one of those cards that is hard to find. Another great feature for MTGO. Oh, I need to name just straight up Fire. Well, didn't find it. Then what do I want to do? Is there any card I want to get back? I don't think so. So I'll just play Volcanic Island and pass. But this Fraction Revoker is really bumming me out. I had high hopes to cast an Aminatus Augury on turn 5. They discard 2 cards and draw that many. Or Emrakul the Promised End and Ugin. I see, they have big plans. Oh, what is this? Time Spiral. Yeah, that's scary. We find Maelstrom Wanderer, Time Warp. So I can Time Warp, buy back the Time Warp with Tamiyo, and maybe keep going. Let's see what they have. Urza. Urza is always a scary one. Oh, do they have Time Warp? No, please no. Oh man, they do. Well, then my Tamiyo's dying. Yeah, this really all went poorly. It was looking so good, and my opponent just ripped quite some nice ones. Immediately finding the time warp on after time spiraling is also just brutal. Thirst for knowledge. Discarding Palladium Mirror. Yep. Time Twister. Come on. Stop. They didn't find time warp again, did they? Palladium Mirror. And then they attack Tamio, but she's not dead. We didn't really get very nice cards. We draw Mana Crypt. What does that do for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get to play Mana Crypt. Then I get to play Grim Monolith. And then I'm going to play Aminatu's Augury. I guess so. And hopefully I hit some good ones. We find Nexus. We also find a land. So let's take a forest then. And let's cast the Nexus. Cast this. And then now the cards are gone again. So that was what I did wrong last time. The question is, do I want to preordain or do I want a Life from the Loam? I kind of want the Life from the Loam in my graveyard. Otherwise, this stays in exile, right? Yeah, the cards stay in exile. And I think I need the Loam to be able to kind of keep looping. One problem with all of this is that I have to race my own Mana Crypt. But I guess this is still the best plan. So let's just cast Loam. Get that into my graveyard. Preordain would have been a nice one too. Would have also been nice that we actually had something to get back. But I guess we... Oh, I should have used Tamio first. Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. Now, what do I name? I guess I named Maelstrom Wanderer, but that was dumb. I could have gotten the lands, then I could have Mox Diamond, used the Mox Diamond and stuff like that. Yep, that was not smart. Named the Wanderer. Didn't hit it. We did hit Time Warp. That was the other card I was considering. Yeah, maybe we get to Emrakul them still. That could be good. Do need to win some Mana Crypt flips. Heads, lost a flip. I guess I do Loam. It just sets up my mana more as well. And then I use Tamio to still think Maelstrom Wanderer is the card that I want. Or do I just want Nexus? I'm somewhat close to just getting everything with Nexus. So let's name Nexus of Fates. No. Also didn't hit the Wanderer, so it wouldn't have mattered. Then, now what? 5 card types. So I can just play Emrakul, the Promised End. Yeah, that seems good. And then let's see how much damage we can do. High Tide, a bunch of lands, Shark Typhoon. I guess I High Tide. Yep. Then I don't want to play Saheeli because that's just going to give them a bunch of nonsense. Play an island and just have more mana. I'm going to Daretti. Although then they get to Ultimate Daretti, so that's maybe not good. Let's see. I can also just spin Urza a bunch. And then if it's bad, then I just don't cast it. Yes. Shuffle, spin Urza. Time Warp. Oh, I can target me, so I get an extra turn. That seems good. That's kind of funny. Just keep going, doing this. I guess I also want to Shark Typhoon and cycle it away. Iron Mirror. I won't cast that. Then cycle the Shark Typhoon for 0, so they do draw a card. I'm not sure how Emrakul and Time Warp are going to work, if I get to take the turn or if they do. We found a Chromox, so I can just play Chromox and exile Saheeli, so they also don't have that. And I'll tap this too. And then the mana goes away. I just attack Urza into the Emrakul and eat the Urza. And then I guess we see who takes the first turn. Okay, they still do, but they really don't have much to do. Get to loot with Daretti. We'll see if they find something. What is this? Ugin. Okay. Deal 3 to Tamio and play a Talisman. I do have another turn coming up. Go heads. Lost a flip. Maelstrom Wanderer. I mean, Maelstrom Wanderer is pretty good. There's Nexus, so this should already get me there. There's Nexus again. Nice. Very nice. So far, this plan is working, and Tamio's is great, and so is Life from the Loam. I do want Pyroblast. What else? Is there anything else I want? Is there anything I want to cut? Fire Ice is a card I could see cutting, but at the same time, it's like a little bit of the removal that I do have. I could see taking out Kiora. Yeah, maybe I just take out the Kiora. It's not that important to my strategy. Yeah, let's do that. Although, honestly, maybe the Key is better to take out then. It's a cheaper card, but we'll see. Kiora is a little bit more flexible. We have Jace, we have Crucible, and some things we want to discard. I mean, yeah, I think I do keep this. Missing some stuff, but I also have some stuff. I start on an island and nothing. Ooh, Tamio. I do like that card. It's been very, very good for me. Mountain and Sky Diamond. So they're just ramping over there. No land, but a Mole Drifter. Let's play Jace. Jace will have to find us some lands, perhaps. Chromox. Ooh, is this maybe like an Urza? Or a Deretti? No, nothing. Oh, is this Tinker then? This feels like a Tinker. Why would you otherwise play Chromox? Or did they just forget to exile something to it? Kind of feels like that might be the case. Let's just loot with Jace. I'm gonna discard what? Emrakul. This Aminatus. I guess I discard this. I can always buy it back at some point. And then I'll just pass the turn, play Intuition at the end of their turn, find lands and loam, and start setting up. Oh, this is a Thirst, right? No, Shark Typhoon. Do I just want to Intuition? I think I just Intuition now. Make sure this resolves. Then go find... I think I want Misty. I might as well take Volcanic Island and a Forest. Oh, I forgot to put in the Loam. Oh man, that's dumb. Well, I guess I still have Crucible. But if they answer the Crucible, then I don't have the Loam. If they... Yeah, and if I had Loam, then I could start building towards the Nexus. And you can still find it. There's Urza. Don't like that. They attack me for 1. I'm also going to flip my Jace, although I might wait till their turn. There's Mystic Sanctuary. I can play Volcanic Island, and then play Thran Dynamo. And then, if nothing bad happens to this, I can actually play Crucible too. And then if nothing bad happens to my Thran Dynamo, I get to loot next turn. Then I do need to wait with looting, play Mystic Sanctuary, loot, put Aminatus on top, and cast that. So there's that. See what happens. Aminatus is a great card, that's for sure. How close am I to casting Emrakul? I guess I have 10 mana right now. It could become 9. Yeah, so Emrakul is also on the cards for me. So yeah, this deck is great. It's great fun at least. Not sure if it's great, like a great deck, but it is good fun. Maybe not for my opponents when I take their turn or take all the turns, but ooh, High Tide. That's a good one. Is this Time Spiral maybe? No. Or they were just checking how much mana they can make maybe. Or are they gonna spin Urza a bunch? Ugin. I see. Well, if they just shoot my Jace, then I guess I just loot. Yeah, then I just loot. I still keep my Jace. Guess they can attack and kill it? No, they only have 2 power. So that doesn't work. They didn't really think this through then. What do I discard? Mana Crypt. I don't think I need Mana Crypt at this stage, and it's sort of a liability also. Yeah, they didn't think this through, so they spent a bunch of mana on a Lightning Bolt with a big Planeswalker attached, but didn't actually get to do what they wanted. I can also just use Jace to play this Aminatus. Yeah, and then I play a Forest instead of the Mystic Sanctuary. I do lose this forever, but that's probably more than fine. I can also just Emrakul the Promised End and just wreck them that way. I really don't think I need Aminatus because I would play Emrakul. Well, I think I might as well just do this. I can still do Emrakul afterwards. Let's play this. Just cast this thing. This monstrosity of a card. Now, there's Maelstrom Wanderer and Nexus of Fate. Yeah, this... our opponent doesn't want to play it out anymore. Well, got the win here. MTGO not screwing us over. This deck is doing some wild stuff. This has been impressive. Let's see if we can win the final one and get that moral trophy at least. Alright, round 3. Let's see if we can get the moral trophy. Actually playing against a friend of a Discord, so he's a pretty good player. This one will be tough, and our nonsense deck might struggle. This hand is definitely not good enough. Let's mull. I mean, can't keep this either. If I had one more land, maybe, but let's mull again. Well, I have Mox Diamond, Life from Loam, I have Jace, so I think I keep this. I do need to put some things back. I guess the Witness and the Mole Drifter, or maybe just put away the Jace. No, I'll put away the Mole Drifter. They're also on the play, and we're on the draw. I guess we get an extra card that way, but could be tough. Elvish Reclaimer, some sort of land-based strategy. Chromox, not really what I was hoping for. I guess we get to discard that to the Jace at some point. Now let's just loam this back and pass. I could have also just played Jace and loam next turn. Maybe that would have been better, but I also wanted to make sure that I at least get my land. If they have a removal spell for my Mox Diamond, then I don't get to get loam going anyway. Fire Diamond, I see. So probably some sort of Temur ramp deck. That's what they've been on lately. I guess I do just loam. Ooh, milled Mana Crypt. Not super happy about milling Mana Crypt, but I guess we'll take it. Play our land, and then we'll start looting with Jace on upkeep. So I can dredge the loam and find more lands maybe. Seagate Oracle. Sure. And then what? They're not attacking. Let's loot now. Thirst for Knowledge. I guess I discard the loam. Yeah. And then do I just take a natural draw? Think so. Just leave the loam be and then thirst to maybe find more stuff. Yeah, there's a land. And let's thirst for knowledge. Now I dredge the loam and then discard an artifact. Huh. That's not how this is supposed to go. I think I had this come up earlier. I should be discarding this Chrome Mox, but for some reason it doesn't make me do that. Let's just play our forest then. I guess we still have this Chrome Mox. Not sure if this is correct, but it seems a little bit weird. For some reason, Dredge and Thirst for Knowledge are not working the way they should. Greens and Zenith for 3. Is this maybe like a Rex Sage to blow up the Mox, or are they just advancing their own game plan more? Maelstrom Wanderer on top. They found a Courser. Yeah, so they're on their Cascade plan. Makes sense. Attack for 2. Yep, that happens. Nothing on upkeep. Misty Rainforest. So I can just loot with this Jace and then discard the Misty probably. Ooh, Time Warp. Time Warp makes me not want to discard Misty and just play, or discard maybe the Loam. I can just get back Loam anyway. Play the Misty. Or maybe just Chrome Mox. Currently don't have anything I want to Chrome Mox. Yeah, discard the Chrome Mox. And then I get to play Time Warp. Get my Volk. And play Time Warp targeting myself. Plus Jace on the Courser. Maybe I should have been discarding Loam just so I can dredge it. We find another land. Now what? I can Time Warp again, but then I don't really get ahead. Or I can just play... what if I play Tameo? And then I can get something back, but that doesn't really help me all that much. Let's play Tameo. And let's plus, and I'm probably going to name Grim Monolith. I think that's the best card I could get here. Not sure, but we'll see. No, just milled a bunch of other stuff. Then plus the Jace on the Elvish Reclaimer. And loan back Sulphur Falls, Misty, and an island. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten... Yeah, maybe I shouldn't get the Sulphur Falls. I don't need red all that much more. And I do want a bunch of islands to maybe set up the Mystic Sanctuary. So now they get a turn, but next turn I get to flashback Time Warp, or actually I get to get back Time Warp with Tameo, then play it again, play another land, then flashback Time Warp, and then I get to Aminatus. So I think if my opponent doesn't do too much, I can maybe get this. Oh, the Courser. Yeah, I should have plussed on the Courser. That was a mistake. Titania. Getting back a fetch. I see. Yeah, I thought this was gonna be until the end of their turn, but that's not true. It's till the end of my next turn. So my Planeswalker is taking an extra point of damage because of it. And I'm not gonna get much more time after this. So this is kind of the turn where I need to do it. Get a Tryon, gain a bunch of life. I think I do also just Loam, just to make it so my deck is only those walkers. This is actually gonna cost me because now my Tameo is at 3. And I cannot first get back to Time Warp. And I would need to exile it. Yep, that's a shame. Let's dredge the loam. Now what? We milled Nexus. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess I still just exile the Time Warp. L plus Tameo, naming Nexus. Now I'm okay with finding Nexus of Fate. We didn't. We did mill some more. So I have to go for the Time Warp now. Target ourselves, of course. I think it's not going to end up mattering because I will be able to exile my entire deck next turn. And then I'll just have Nexus left. So cast the Loam again, get a bunch of lands, and then I will dredge just to make my deck totally thinned. I'll play a land, and then I get to cast this Aminatus. And now I know what I need to watch out for, that I actually play the exiled cards and not the revealed zone. Yeah, I'll maybe put a land card into play. I'll just play an island, doesn't matter. I'll cast Nexus of Fate. So now Nexus is the only card in my deck. I'll cast I'll cast Ren Dynamo. I'll cast Maelstrom Wanderer. Get to cast Nexus, and then I'll get to cast Nexus again. Yeah, this should do it. Yep, this should win me the game. I also get to cast Kiora. They're asking, is this deterministic? Yes. So I'll see if they scoop, but maybe they do. I mean, I know them, so there's a chance that they do. Maybe they just want to check it out and make sure that it all works, but I do think it does. Yeah, they're saying I'm just going to look at the cards and then concede. So now we get a turn with Nexus. I don't really need to do all that much more anymore. I guess I missed out on Planeswalker activations. GG. All right, we got the job done. That was pretty sweet. Exactly how we drew it up. Made some mistakes along the way, but this is not an easy deck to pilot, but it's a very fun one. I'm happy we got to do the thing again. Now, what do I want to change? Maybe I want Pyroblast. I've been boarding in Pyroblast quite a lot, but what would I take out? Kiora has been the card I boarded out most of the time, I think. I also don't know really what they have, so maybe I just not bother with the Pyroblast. They haven't really shown me much that I absolutely want to Pyroblast. No, I think I'll just run it back. I mean, I can Pyroblast their Maelstrom Wanderer, but that's usually not the thing that kills you, although it is also quite good. Maybe I should have Pyroblast in. I don't know. I'm just going to rely on my own game plan. Hopefully that's good enough, and then we'll see. Well, this hand doesn't seem very good. We have the Nexus, but we are far off from casting it. Fire Ice can buy us some time in this key, but we're really just not doing much and spinning my wheels a bit. Let's mull. We mulled to 5 last game and got there, so this is one I will keep. I'll put back Emrakul. If I can get to 4 mana, I can play Thran Dynamo and then Aminatu's Augury. Almost the turn after, especially with this Manifold key, so that I think is a reason to keep. Missing some lands, but I'm sure this will be fine. Oh, they mulligan to 5. Well, that could be rough, but we'll see. And Taiga, we draw Raw. Let's just play our island. I don't mind drawing more lands. And if I draw another island, I know that I can just fetch a forest with this Misty. Otherwise, I might have to figure out if I want to fetch a forest or... yeah. Maybe I just need to fetch the red land. We'll see. Hopefully not missing my land drop next turn. If I get the Thirst, then I have a decent shot at finding more lands. Did I have Courser maybe? Forest and what? Seagate Oracle. Alright. They set up their draws a little bit more. They're not really pressuring, which is good. And I just need to find a land. Come on, land. No, Time Warp. Well, then this might be hard. I can miss once, but if I start missing twice and they keep making land drops, then it might be tough. Ooh, Crucible. So they will be making land drops for the rest of the game. Yep, getting the Triome. And we get hit for 1, and I just want to draw land. Come on. Life from the Loam. That's sort of a land. I'll take it. It means that I'm set up for the rest of the game also, although a little bit less good than my opponents. Let's get back to Misty, play that, and then just pass. And next turn, I think I might not dredge, or maybe I do. Yeah, maybe I do. If I do find lands and just keep dredging and playing more lands that way, I have the Misty to get back regardless. What is this? Also depends a little bit on what they do. Nissa who shakes the world. Well, maybe I don't have the time to dredge Loam and I just need to naturally draw something. Yeah, I think I might be on that plan. Just take a draw step, hope it is land, play the Thran Dynamo, hope that's good. But they had a very nice hand for a multi-5. Crucible doing work. Oh, Kinnan. Nice. Come on, land. I don't want to dredge Loam. I still have Thirst. Ooh, Emrakul. I wouldn't have minded dredging that away. Let's get the Volcanic Island. Then play the Thirst. Not dredging Loam, I don't think. Mana Crypt. That is a lot of mana. Mystic Sanctuary. So I get to make my land drop. And then I discard, I guess, 2 cards. Keranos is too slow. And Emrakul I can probably also just get rid of. And then, now what? I think just play Mystic Sanctuary and then pass. But I'm worried that I'm not getting another turn. They have a turn with a bunch of Nissa mana. If they have the Wanderer, then I'm already in trouble. And Time Warp I can cast, but I'm not really getting much. I can maybe play Mana Crypt, but then I have to take turns with Mana Crypt in play, so that might also just be too much of an issue. Yeah, this looks like Wanderer, so I think I'm just gonna be dead. Yep. Very nice. So that's 7 damage, 10 damage. Yeah, I'm dead. Alright. I know what I'm beat. GG. They multi 5 and had a very nice one. Still don't think I want Pyroblast, not after we just saw. They multi 5, had a good one. I multi 5 also had a good one. Maybe I should be playing Ramanap. I guess it's not something I want to change now, but Ramanap and playing lands from the graveyard seems pretty good. Hopefully we just get another Mox hand or a Mox Mana Crypt hand. Mana Crypt a little bit of a liability, and I didn't consider that when building the deck because I have no way to get rid of it, bounce it, destroy it, or whatever. So taking all the turns with Mana Crypt doesn't really work. I think the power level of the card is still good enough that you want to play it, but that is something that I could have thought about a little bit more. We are on the play. Let's see. Ooh, Mana Crypt, Life from the Loam, Ankiora, and the Thran Dynamo. Yeah, I think I keep this. It's a little bit awkward with the Mana Crypt, and maybe I'm gonna lose to that. I also don't have much action, but I will keep this. Yeah, I will keep this. Gotta keep. Play the Misty. Fetch with the Misty. I guess I fetch a forest and just play Mana Crypt and start doing this and then just pass. Next turn I get to play a land and Thran Dynamo. They just play Misty and pass. I think I do want to dredge Loam, just get that going maybe. Oh, they fetch. Do they have a way to kill my mana crypt? No, just to try them. Go heads, 1 to flip. That's good. I guess I do dredge. Eternal Witness and Tamio. Those are 2 sort of key cards. I wish I hadn't done that then. I have no way to get them back now. Well, let's just play an island. Play the Thran Dynamo. I do have a lot of mana now, but losing Tamio and Eternal Witness is unfortunate. Especially Tamio. She's been really good for me. Fire Diamond. I guess we do need to win a bunch of flips now and just maybe go the Wanderer way and win that way. Mox Diamond. So that's more mana. Discard Forest. Play Misty. Go fetch. At some point, I'm going to get this Mystic Sanctuary going, and I guess that's a reason to keep dredging, just because I have that Sanctuary and that can find me stuff. But I also need to worry about losing all of my ways to win, because I don't have Tamio or Eternal Witness to just get them back. Maybe I shouldn't have loamed, or maybe I should have considered that another way, have a way to shuffle back all of the stuff in my deck. We'll see. So far, I just have a bunch of mana. Azusa. Regrowth would also have been nice in this deck. So I also get to play a lot of lands, make a lot of mana. Kessig Wolfrun, Blast Zone. That's some tech. Now what? Crucible. So they also get to keep making land drops. Yep. Go heads. Lost a flip. Do I dredge now, or do I just look for actual action? I think I look for actual action. Jace. That's not a bad one to draw. Play the Jace. Play the Misty. Don't have anything to do with my Planeswalker, and just pass. You get back a Misty. They're gonna do some fetch stuff. Play Misty again. Hopefully there's no Wanderer just yet. That could easily just kill me. And this Mana Crypt is sort of painful. Looks like not. This is gonna attack me. Oh, right. They get to Wolf Run, but blocking with Jace just saves me 2 damage. Yeah, this is this is also a way to do it. Get hit for a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this Mana Crypt really is going to cost me, I think. I'm going to probably lose this game off of the Mana Crypts. I can't fetch that much anymore either. So I'm down to 5. I guess I can fetch once more. Let's see. Go heads. 1 to flip. Okay, we still live. And then, yeah, I don't really think I want to dredge. No. Manifold Key, that's not going to do it. I need to find something with this Jace activation. I could dredge the Loam and maybe find something that Jace can flash back. Yeah, maybe I should have dredged Loam. Yeah, I guess that's my best bet. And then find Fire Eyes. So I discard this land, then fetch, go get another island, get back these 2 lands, and then Jace is going to cast Fire Ice just to kill their Azusa. I mean, this is all very precarious. If I lose too many Mana Crypt flips, I still very easily die. Can't really play the Misty, because if I fetch with it, then I need to win all of my Mana Crypt flips. Taking all the turns, also kind of a liability. Yeah, Mana Crypt, I was worried about it earlier, and I guess I am right. This is going to be a problem. I'll just have to get insanely lucky, I guess. Cycling the Shelter Thicket, playing a land. What is this? Please no Maelstrom Wanderer. Nissa. Ooh, I think, yeah, no, that does it. They can attack me and then pump it. Oh, they just get to pump it right away. All right. GG's. Ultimately didn't get there. This hand had a lot of mana, but was lacking in some action. All right. Was a fun deck. I think lots of interesting things going on. I'm going to consider that first game. I'm going to consider that first match an actual win, even though MTGO kind of screwed us over. But this was a ton of fun to play, a ton of fun to think up on the fly while drafting. And maybe I'll try this again and perfect this strategy. I'll see you then.